Okay, so we've got a damaged HDMI port. This is going to be a chargeable offence, because this was sent in while I was doing free repairs, but free repairs didn't include HDMI ports, so this is a chargeable offence. I'm no longer doing free repairs, by the way, for the record. I wasn't getting any benefit from it. Right, let's get this thing apart. Right, here we go. Today's video is sponsored by PCBWay. Whether you've got a simple project that requires a quick mod board or you want to launch your own products to the world, PCBWay can help. With fantastic pricing on multi-layer PCBs, flex PCBs, 3D printing and even laser cutting solutions, you're sure to get everything you need all in one place. Custom PCBs start from just $5 for a 1 to 2 layer board with a fast 24-hour build time and free shipping on orders over $30. PCBWay are also proud to announce their new aluminium PCBs, which start at just $120 per square metre. Check out what PCBWay have to offer by clicking on the link in the video description or the top pinned comment and get your project started today. Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to the repair. Right, I'm going to heat up from underneath the board. But yeah, just to show you the state of this, because I didn't actually show you. It's pretty mangled. Actually, that could have taken out the ESD IC, because it looks like pins 19, 18 and possibly 16 are damaged there. So that very well could have destroyed the ESD IC. That's not going to be a good thing, because the ESD IC isn't cheap. I'll test that in a minute when I've took the port itself off. I'm going to heat up from underneath the board. And in case you're wondering, no, those pads are not damaged, they're just oxidised. It's just oxidised. Alright, let's just use a little bit of heat. Just make sure that this solder pushes through. Get rid of that pad from underneath as well. Annoying things. Hate them things, I do. There you go. Right, let's just give this ESD IC a test. We want resistance mode, so black probe ground, and we get 7,000 ohms. And on this one, 5,000 ohms. A couple of million ohms on that one, and that one, and that, and that. 10k there, good. 10k there, 175k there, 10k there, 10k there. 7.5k there, 10k there. Alright, cool. Yeah, that should be fine. Shouldn't be any issues with that ESD IC. There we go. A little bit of flux. I don't have any HDMI ports in here. Bear with me. Let me grab one. Whoops, I just knocked everything over. Never mind. Oh yeah, straight from consolefix.shop. Right, let's just tin this. Right, I suppose I should put some more flux on this. That's the problem with tinning the ports, like the flux just runs straight off you. There you go. That'll do. Right, let's heat this up from the bottom again. And I'm going to wait for the solder to flow. So what I look for when I'm dropping these on, because I don't want to melt the port, so I want to put as little heat on as possible. So what I'm looking for is on the ground legs, you'll see that the solder will drop down. And that's when I know that it's ready. I'm going to keep the heat moving. Press down on the port, move the heat away. I should be able to let go now. And that should be perfectly aligned. Let's just make sure I haven't knocked any components on the back. Nope. And the solder joints are fine as well. Nothing wrong with them. Right, let's just clean up and then I can inspect it. In fact, no, I don't need to. I can already see that it's not pushed down on one side. Didn't push down on one side. Not good. No, there's something stuck in the port on that one side, I think. Right, well that port is now toast. I can't reuse that again now. Alright. Solder sucker time. Damn it. I hate the solder sucker, he's too violent. Way too violent. I hate using the solder sucker. Genuinely do not like using it at all. No knock components anyway. That's fine. Alright. Hey. Why is that pad not taking solder? Thank you. Look at that for a nice tight fit. A couple of these pins are slightly bent now. Right, I'll sort them in a minute. Let's just solder the other ones first. I'm just cleaning my tip after every pass, by the way. Right, let's just clean that up. Got a bridge between pin 1 and 2 there. Pin 1's not actually soldered. Pins are slightly misaligned. It's probably just become damaged in the packet. It's the first one I've had that's been like this anyway. They are very slightly misaligned. That should sort it though. Just manually going over each one. I haven't had any complaints. I sell quite a few of these as well, so it's probably just one that's become damaged. I'm not overly worried over it. I've got a bridge between pin 18 and 19. Very slight bridge. This port could have been part of an old batch, I just don't know anyway. You know, all my ports are in one box for every console. So they could have been part of an old batch, they could have been sat there for months, for all I know. That looks good to me. Let's just make sure that's pushed all the way in. Yeah, it is. The problem with these ground legs is they don't go all the way through. So, you have to bear that in mind. And that's just the unfortunate design of these consoles. I usually like to use the drop method, but for some reason it just wasn't going all the way through. I'm not sure why. If I just Add a little bit of solder to each one. Oi. Take the solder. Take the damn solder. So add some solder to each one. And then once it starts to take, I can use hot air. Come on. Don't want to put heat on it for too long. I don't want it to drop out. That's not gone through at all. So it's not gonna have actually bonded. Melting boy. You legend, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you, buddy. Luna, what do you want? What? It's just looking at me with really soft eyes. I'll turn the board back around, and now I'm going to heat up from the bottom again, and it should, if I add some flux to the top of it, it should push the solder through. Should. Just give that an inspection. Make sure it didn't melt the port. No, it didn't. Bit more flux on this side, I think. Nice shiny joints. Obviously I don't want this port to end up snapping off and it have to be sent back under warranty. Plenty of solder there, there, and there. Yeah, okay. We've got plenty of solder there, that's fine. Pin 1 might have pushed itself back over. No, it's actually fine. Yeah, I hate it when I have to do them legs manually. Clean the inside of the port. Cool. Good stuff. How did flux get in the port? Oh, now did flux get in the port, sorry. Yeah. I'll make a rule of cleaning them anyway, regardless. Just make it a habit. Like, don't ever do one without cleaning the port. Because otherwise you're just wasting your own time. It's a lot more difficult to get into the port once you've put the console back together. Like now, for example, I can get in there with the brush now really easily, whereas when that's inside the housing, it makes it really tricky. But yeah, if you make a habit of cleaning the port every time, you'll never have an issue with it. Get off there, viscous paste. There we go. Something satisfying about picking that crusty thermal paste off. A little bit of crap on that viscous paste. I'll get that off, don't worry. Right, let's use the patented HDMI tester. Consolefix.shop. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Okay, we have a signal on all 4 data lines, EDID, 5 volt and power. That should display. There we go. Got him. Alright, let's test it in 4K. Let's go settings, TV, and there we go. 4K UHD, baby. That'll do. I'll give that a full test tomorrow off stream. But the main job it's been sent in for works. So there we go. Good stuff. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you all for the support. Really appreciate it as always. You're all legends. I'll see you all in the next one, I guess. Take care, everyone, and good night.